There's a basic sales process that I've used my entire life. Since I've been in sales. And I learned this early on, and it was easy to follow, and it made sense. So I want to share it with you. It's very, very basic, but it's a great way to have success and build off of each one of these steps slowly. So when you're new to sales and you're developing your selling style and learning about salesmanship and things like this basic selling formula will help you navigate and work with your customers more comfortably and professionally, and at least allow you to stay on course and go back to course if you get off it. So let's get right into it. So the first step, very basic, greeting. You need to greet your customers. And one of the things that every good manager will preach in a store, a dealership, wherever you might be, is you always greet your customers. You always make sure when somebody walks into the store, if you're in the car business, if somebody drives onto your lot, you greet them, you welcome them, make them feel at home, and realize that in the greeting you have a very, very small time frame, a small window of opportunity where you can stand out, grab your customer's attention in the greeting, and kind of wake them up to the fact that this might be different, meaning that you're not just like every other salesperson. You're not like the salesperson that maybe they just worked with. And I'd like to assume all salespeople are great and doing a great job. Unfortunately, more than half of salespeople think they don't even have the skills to do their job, so I know that's not the case. You have a tremendous advantage right at the greeting to set yourself apart from your competition, open up, with your customer in a way that gives you control of the process, because you do want to have control while the customer's in control, in the sense that throughout the process you're going to be trying to help the customer solve their problem, find a solution, their need, whatever it is. But you need to control that customer and control them through a process so that it's efficient and it works for you and for them. And it doesn't get confusing. It stays transparent, not confusing like what's going on because you jump from here to there. You follow a very specific process. So greeting is number one, and those are some of the goals in the greeting. So number two is you want to qualify and build a buyer profile, customer profile, whatever you want to call it. We used to call it qualifying. And basically, step two, after you greet your customer, you want to start to get to know what brought your customer in, what brought your customer, to the dealership. Obviously, they're looking for an automobile, but what's their specific need? What is it that they're looking to accomplish? And you have to navigate your way through that. If they come into the cell phone store, I'm sure there's a reason there too. Maybe they want to upgrade, maybe they want to change plans, policies, whatever it is. You have an opportunity for accessories, so asking these good questions in the second step is basically building a profile. And this is information that you're going to be able to use throughout the sales process, throughout this selling process, to help your customer, offer customer service. And this is also where you can develop the wow experience, because this step you can do a lot of listening and, first asking great questions. You need to realize that you'll need to ask really good questions, and you'll get better with that the longer you're doing it. I know you're new to sales right now, but as you get doing it, you'll learn the quality questions that you can ask consistently so that you get the results that you want. And those results are information that you can use to help offer solutions, alternatives, and ultimately put yourself in a position to earn your customer's business. So step two, building that profile, getting that information. Again, if I'm in the car business, what are you driving now? What do you like about it? What do you like least about it? Really be transparent about information, and that you are willing to help. You have to have that genuine attitude of help. I've talked about that before, and this is where it really kicks in, is right in step number two for sure. Now, number three, you're going to want to go into selection. So you're going to want to, this is step number three, and this is a very basic process, but let's recap real quick. Step one, you're going to greet, hello, welcome. This is an opportunity for you to make a good first impression and set yourself and the company up the right way. Step number 2, you're going to qualify, build that profile, get those quality answers to your quality questions. And now number 3, you're going to select a product based on the information that you learned in step 2 when you were building that profile, having that dialogue, finding out what it is your customer is looking for. Step number 3, now you're going to select a product. And if you sell cars, again, I go back to that because that's, I'm in the auto business. I've been in furniture. Maybe you select a certain type of living room set based on the needs that they mentioned with children and animals. There's maybe a great fabric option, and then you offer a leather option as well, and educate them on the benefits of leather that maybe they don't know. I found when I was in furniture, a lot of people had a misconception about the durability of leather. But you see what I'm saying. So this is the step where now you, as a consultant, can start offering solutions, which are your product or your service, and alternatives. And there's many reasons why you want to offer alternatives. We're not going to get into that in this video, but this is your opportunity to do that. All right, so that's step number 3. Step number 4, now you're going to go and you're going to grab that product, take your customer to that sofa set, that recliner, that mattress, the car, the cell phone, whatever it is, again, whatever you sell. This is where you're going to do your demo. So step number 4 is demo, and this is where you can really shine. This is where you can show your customer that you know your stuff. And even when you're new, you're getting all this manufacturer training, and if there isn't some type of formal manufacturer training that you receive where you are, you still can get on the internet and you can research the company, the manufacturers, you can research industry news, you can educate yourself pretty fast in a short period of time. Use YouTube, just get on Facebook. Just follow these companies that you sell or that you work. You can find the information. So educate yourself, and this is an opportunity in the demo to tie in, again, going back to these steps, those questions that you asked, got good answers to. What do you want to accomplish? What are your needs? What did you like before? What are you hoping to accomplish and have now? Whatever it might be, you ask those questions. Now you can tie it into what you're demonstrating and make sure that you do great demos. Never let anybody do your demo for you, especially the internet or another salesperson. So if they come in, they say, no, I drove it down the road. He showed me, she showed me down the road. I don't care. I want to show you. I want to demo it to you. I want to make sure that I've shown you the car. I've shown you the living room set. I've gone over this feature or the features in the phone. Make sure you do your own demos and make sure you knock them out of the park. Your customer deserves it. All right. So now you've demoed. Now you have to go into the 5th step in this very simple process, which is close. So you've greeted your customer. You've qualified and built a profile of good answers to quality questions that gives you information to use. Step 3, you've selected a product or service, whatever it is, that's going to meet those needs, wants, desires, fit the budget, all that. You've brought that product up or brought your customer to the product and you've demonstrated it. You've shown the features and benefits. Maybe you've then also, at this point, shown that alternative, demonstrated that alternative, or at least demonstrated the advantage if they went that way. Now it's time, after the presentation, after you know that they've driven the car, they've tested out the living room set, mattresses, whatever, they like it, they're comfortable, it meets their needs, they could see themselves driving it, they could see it in the living room, you have to close. You have to ask for their business. You have to ask for the sale. So, if you're in the car business, I know this is probably a few steps, in furniture, depending on where you are, it might be as well. But this is the point in the sale where you would ask for the close. And, there are obviously ways that you can trial close, and you have to stack closes. There's all kinds of advanced, sales terminology and techniques. But really, the most important thing that you have to remember is to just ask your customers for their business. You've earned the right at this point, and you've worked hard to get to this point. You've had your customer's best interest in mind all along the way. That's why they've gotten to this point in the sale with you, and you feel as though your customer will benefit from the product or service that you presented. Why would you not want them to leave with it? Remember, you've done nothing for your customer until you've closed them on your product, your service, your company, you, because you're the best you're the best option, excuse me, not alternative. You're the best option for your customer. I know I am. So I don't want my customer going to my competitor. I want my customer coming to me every single time because I know because of me, I'm the best option. And that's how you have to feel. So you have to ask for the business, because most people are not going to say, okay, let's do this. You have to say, okay, let's do this. And it's not that they don't want to do it. It's just that as consumers, when we wear that hat, typically we tend to want to think about things and we want to talk ourselves out of it. And a lot of times we will, and we shouldn't. So make sure you ask for the business, ask for the sale. We'll talk about in other videos, different ways to ask and how many times you should ask and appropriateness and all this. But for right now, just understand this 5-step process is very easy. It's helped me build a great sales career, and it's very, very simple. Greet, qualify and build a profile, select a product or service, whatever it is you sell, present that product or service and how it meets the needs of your customer, it fits the budget, ask for the sale, close. All right, that's it. I just wanted to share some thoughts with you. I hope that you found some of that helpful. Maybe it will help you to have more success, and that's ultimately my goal. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, give the video a share, and be sure, if you haven't already, subscribe to the New to Sales Success Tips in the description. And until next time, happy selling.